Hello and welcome back to Weird Canadian Kid Shows. Did you like that little walking in bit? Walking in, sitting down, looks real cash, put the mic on. I like that. It's good. I don't know, I haven't fully deconstructed the thought process behind that yet. I'm not totally sure why I think that's a good bit. I think I've done a variation of that in maybe one of my older videos. But yeah, no, it's like an I don't really care kind of thing, you know. It's like, oh, it's super cash. You know, he's walking in like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I haven't uploaded a video in almost a year. You know, it's like, ooh, he really doesn't. He's doing this like off the cuff. He's just walking in and strapping the mic on. God, you know, just forget the green screen, the two lights, the camera on a tripod, and the mic setup. He walked in. He just walked in out the gate. He just kind of stepped into the frame, stepped into the shot, sat down. Cash. It's a good armor, like a good little defense mechanism too. Like if anybody were to be like, wow, you're making a video about a show for preschoolers. Not just that, you're making a video about a show for preschoolers that's almost 20 years old. You know, some people might call that loser behavior. Some people might say, oh, wow, a grown man is sitting in his basement suite talking about a show made for 4-year-olds or younger. But he just walked in. It was casual. He sat down. It's nothing, you know, not a whole lot of holes you can pick in that if he's doing this kind of off the cuff. If he didn't write a script, which every time I need a reminder, I go like that, and then I cut it out of the edit. I cut that out though, so you don't see it, because I want it to seem like I'm like clever and like I'm coming up with this on the fly, like it's a smart thing I'm doing. Talking about Wee3, which is a Canadian kids show. Got that part of the title down. Now to justify the weird part, which I still feel like is something that I shot myself in the foot with. I wish I had just called it Canadian Kid Shows, or Revisiting Canadian Kid Shows, because I could do anything. I could do good ones. I could do one or ones that have some sort of normalcy to it. Maybe I'll do a spin-off series and I'll just call it Revisiting Kid Shows that are from Canada and not weird. But I've called this series Weird Canadian Kid Shows, so I feel like I have to justify the weirdness in every single show. I'm pretty sure this isn't even the first time I've had this rant. I'm not self-conscious. I'm very confident. Yeah, so why do I think it's weird? Well, there's one key factor that has always bothered me, has always made me cross over into the uncanny valley. It's a small thing, but the lack of articulation, the lack of mouth movement. There's just something about puppets, animatronics, or people in suits where when they talk and their mouth doesn't move, it throws me.
Oh, fly, you know!
You can fly?
Oh, yeah, I'm a real good flyer.
I don't know why. I stomach normal shit all the time. And it's not even like I'm sitting there going like, ooh, that's weird, that's scary, you know? Like, it's not like I'm sitting there going like, this is a little too weird for me, turn this shit off, you know? No, like, I've watched stuff like Sinful Dwarf. That's weird. I don't think that you have to be like, ooh, that's really kind of weird for me. And I don't think that makes you vanilla. Being able to acknowledge something as weird is a fine thing to do. Yeah, so I just find that, you know, if somebody's mouth is just gaping open and words are coming out of it, there's something odd about that. I'll do a little bit here, and maybe I'll lay it over this under this audio of me just doing that. I think I've done this exact bit, but for mouths moving out of sync. But this is different. This is a different joke. I'm not recycling a joke because the mouth isn't moving at all. There's the blue one, Spooky Pookie. This is another bit that I like to do, where I look at the green screen, like I can see it. This is what I'm looking at. Nothing. I'm looking at lint, but I like to turn. It's like I'm engaging with you guys. We're watching this together. Creaky, that's his name. the blue Wee3, his name is Creaky, and I find it fascinating that he's got these massive bags under his eyes. I want to know what makes him so tired. What is it that is exhausting him in his day-to-day life? I'm getting way ahead of myself. I haven't even like described what the show is yet, and I'm already like starting to grill this character for looking really tired. Okay, so the Wee3 is about 3 monsters that, or creatures, whatever they are, that kind of like come out at night in this kid's room. Kind of like a Toy Story thing where it's like, oh, there's nobody around. We can behave as we would like now. But instead it's monsters, and they kind of, make believe, they play pretend, they get into antics, and it teaches you a lesson by the end of the episode. So, yeah, this one, Creaky, looks fucking exhausted. And that's a bizarre touch, Like, I did some pre-research, and everything I can find, any still or video, is super low res, so this might just look pixelated as shit and not work at all for this bit. But I promise you, he looks tired. He looks like he's working 2 jobs and then coming home at 6 in the morning, has to drive his kids to school. They scream the entire way. He gets home, and now because his kids have been screaming the car drive, his ears are ringing and he can't fall asleep. So he just kind of takes a bit of a power nap where he's half awake, half asleep on the couch, and then he gets up for work again in like 4 hours. Yeah, that's what it looks like, which is a weird thing to put in a kid show. Yeah, so if I had to kind of take a guess at what like the overall theme of this show was, I mean each episode tries to teach, a preschool-aged kid a lesson. That lesson may vary episode to episode, but if I had to take a guess at what the overarching theme was, it was to encourage the use of your imagination, which is a good thing to teach young kids. It's good to be back. Like I said at the beginning, I don't care. I walk in, I do this off the cuff and candid. It's a very chill vibe. So I don't need you to like and subscribe and ring the bell, but if you did, that'd be chill. That'd be pretty cool. There's layers to this bit now. Now I'm acting like I'm desperate and I don't care. As it's like a secondary. There's so many layers of this bit here because you could take it at face value, and you have the bit of me talking about the bit. Right? So I walk in like I don't care, and it's casual. That's one bit. Then I have the bit where I'm going, oh yeah, did you see how I walk in and I like don't care? That's a second bit where I'm acknowledging the bit. We're now on to a third bit where I'm acknowledging the second bit of me talking about the first bit. There's 3 layers of protection here. So if you try to bully me, you maybe get past the first one, and I feel a little bad, but there's no getting through 2 and 3. Thanks for watching this episode of Weird Canadian Kid Shows. More shit coming soon.
Me and Magic Racer need a good, strong mud house.
A mud house, huh?